Yes. So, gentlemen, welcome. Miata, welcome. Wojciech, this project, you brought this project to me. Do you mind introducing the project? We're just going to talk about, for me, it's two projects, but I was thinking the Cape Sierra Hotel in Freetown, which is a development. There's 200 rooms and $60 million is needed. Wojciech, please.
Yeah, if we don't mind waiting for Jay, who's going to join in very soon. Yeah, as you know, we're working together with Jay, so I think I want us all to be on that call. So if you don't mind waiting for another minute or two, I'm just messaging him to join us. Yeah, I think someone needs to, Madonna, I think you need to let him let him in. Yeah, he's requesting.
So he's in now. Hello,
okay,
Jay,
great.
are you there?
So wait, so we've got maybe we'll start by introducing properly ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you getting me clearly now?
Yes, we can hear you, Rafia. How do I say the name? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, it's Rafiu.
Rafiu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Rafiu. Yeah, wait, just Jay, can you hear us?
Okay. Hello?
Yes, can you hear us clearly?
I can hear you.
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
So yes, so maybe Madonna, I will introduce Jay, or you want to introduce first Miata and Rafia to us? And
I'll
then...
just introduce my sister Miata, who has been an amazing foundation for this project. She's an MBA holder from China. She just came back to the UK 3 months ago.
All right. Okay. So hello, Miata. Nice to meet you.
Hello,
So Rafia and Madonna got to know already Jay. So Jay has been in the property industry for I think well over 20 years. He's been kind of in sales, in development, in lettings, and also internationally. So yeah, he's got an extensive both experience and knowledge on real estate and this type of projects. That is, so one of the client that he's been working with is responsible for that project in Sierra Leone and the other one in Cape Verde. So so yeah, Jay is officially representing that project. He's been working directly with the main developer and the project owner. So so yeah, I think maybe Madonna, so Rafia, we are assuming that you are a representative of the African Development Bank. Is that right? Hello, Rafia, can you hear us? Hello?
I think he's in the field because I saw him on camera before. He's somewhere.
Okay, but he's representing, right? This is who we're talking about. So Rafia is working.
I think he's gone off, but let's carry on anyway.
Let's carry on. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can.
Hello. So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Madonna. It's wonderful to be on this call. So the objective of this call, Mr. Mambu Rafio is actually an African Development Bank consultant. He has vast experience, especially in the Sierra Leonean economic market. So the objective of this call is to really understand the scope of the project from his perspective, hearing from you two, and then he can take this information and see who at the African Development Bank would be a good contact for us in regards of funding. And also he might have other connections in his network that he might be willing to introduce us to. So I'm really excited to have him on board, really appreciate that he would set this time aside, and hoping at the end of this call, the outcome should be that he has enough knowledge to understand, well, who are the decision makers that he can reach and potentially help us with. So that's why he's here. That's why I'm very grateful to us all be here together on this call. So we'd love to hear more from your side so that we can empower him with that information.
Thank you. Thanks, Miata. Yes. So Jay, do you mind just briefly introducing the two projects and how did you come about them and what's maybe their status?
Oh, thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Just put thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, it's Raf back on the phone.
Yeah, Refuse, yeah, clearly.
Oh, okay, Refuse. Would it be okay for us to see your video, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Now, I do have many developers that they all come to me for investment and also for funding to finish the projects. So in view of that, because this one is an African project, so I feel the need that I need to get somebody in the community to do it because it's such a very good project on both ends. So the question is, have you guys read any part of the documentation yet?
I didn't hear what you said.
Have you gone through the process, the procedures?
The documents, you mean?
That's right.
Yes, I had the opportunity to go through it. I looked at the previous version and the updated one.
Okay, so you can understand that there's two developments currently. One is a hotel in Cape Verde. So that one is being run by Hilton Hotel. They are taking it over the moment is everything done. So all that is going to be run very professionally. And you're looking between high-end, middle to high-end, and also family holidays for this project. So I don't need to tell you about the figures. The figure speaks for itself. If you look at the manuals, you see everything there. So hence the reason I make sure all the deals are bring on the table. They're all detailed. So there's obviously there's always room for improvement, but that one is pretty much done as it is. The building is being built. Majority of the stuff is finished, but they need money for the project in terms of the finishing touches, kitchen, the water storage, all this kind of stuff. That's what they need the money for to finish up. So within that scope, I think how the investor would come in is pretty much stated in that. But if they have any other views, of course we can proceed it as well, or we can look at it and say, okay, why can we do this? Why can we do that? So it's all open to negotiation. So I hope that answers your question. Is there any part of that you want to ask? You want to ask me a question so I can finish up on that and move to the next one.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I mean, to be part of this team, to find ways and means of getting interested parties. I mean, to help with completion of this project, and especially in terms of funding and so on and so forth. So basically, I got introduced to this project through Miata. I've not known him personally, but we've been in contact on LinkedIn for years now. And I know he's from Sierra Leone. And I also already know that I think Madonna is the elder sister of Miata. Fine. So my role within the AFDB within the last 1 year, are you all getting me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yes. So
I can hear.
Yeah, my role within the African Development Bank within the last 1 year has been as a consultant, working with IPAs in 3 emerging and transitioning countries, Liberia, Gambia, and that of Sierra Leone. We've just completed a project, which is a support on technical issues and that has to do with investment promotion, lead generation, and so on and so forth. And one of the area which the investment perception survey, which I was one of my key deliverables, speaks much about, is in the area of infrastructural development. And I think tourism and that of hotel like the Hilton fall as part of that, really. And we've completed that one. I was the one who was responsible for that research. And at the end of the day, we presented that report. I mean, I've got the report. If you need me to send it to you, if I have all your emails, I can send it. So that can serve like a background information before we meet the real people who are decision makers. So basically, the kind of arrangement I was having with African Development Bank was that I've got few people whom I work with at headquarters in Abidjan. I've got few people who are like the international consulting firm that work with us on this project. These are people from the UK and that of Germany, they call WAFTE, and also people from Sierra Leone, from Sleeper. Sleeper is like the Sierra Leone Investment and Sierra Leone Investment and Export Promotion Agency, which is like the national agency responsible for investment promotion. So these are the kind of people I was liaising with and so on and so forth. So in terms of helping out with meeting the right people from Sierra Leone point of view to Sleeper, it's the wishes of the general group to involve one or two people from Sleeper who are decision makers, and also involving decision makers from headquarters. I think I can help with that. But like I mentioned earlier, like my consultancy was something like 8 months. I've just completed it. I'm about to sign another consultancy with them, but that will have to be in ending of next month, which is a project that has to do with the extractive industry. So that's the way I work with them, really.
Okay. Thank you for the information. Yes, you will be interested to see what you can you hear me?
Yeah. The line is coming broken. I'm not getting clearly all what you're saying.
Okay. I said it's very thank you for explaining everything to us. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you for explaining everything. It's quite interesting, but one thing I want to find out is you did mention that you consult with the bank in terms of people who are looking for funding to develop the project. Do I get that right?
Yeah, we work on the project is supposed to IPAs. IPAs is Investment Promotion Agency in the 3 countries that I mentioned. So on that project was what I was hired for as investment perception survey consultant. So like I'm not like a full-time staff with the bank. I'm a consultant.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure. Okay, that's fine. So now you've seen this project. What job's that?
So, like I mentioned earlier, I've gone through the 2 documents that were sent to me. I've seen them. Apart from even the figures, I know what it speaks. I know some of the intricacies that I see the potential in it. And one of the area, apart from even Sierra Leone, the African Development Bank spends money now, is a core area that has to do with infrastructural development. It does not only speaks about road construction, funding governments in terms of road construction and water, highways, also things that has to do with it's partnered with some second or third party agencies. For example, I'm aware of a project AFDB is funding not only in Nigeria but in Egypt and also in I think Burkina Faso. They are coming in they're coming in as a partner that on a project that has to do with expansion of tourism infrastructures and hotels of such kind like the Hilton are part of what the AFDB is supporting. And in Sierra Leone, for the case of Sierra Leone, for the fact that infrastructure is part of it, and as part of the just concluded investors perception survey for 2022 Sierra Leone, one of the areas that investors mention, these investors, like we capture 25 top investors, existing investors, and also, what should I say, investors, we call them pipeline investors that are interested. So over 50% of them talks about their interest in investing in Sierra Leone, but on core areas that has to do with 3 core areas that speaks highly is things. One of the things that has to do with infrastructural development, and things that has to do with housing, and things that has to do with fintech. So for the simple fact that infrastructure is part of it, and not only infrastructure, but touristic infrastructure. So there is a great potential from the top strategy of that of the AFDB. They've got interest in infrastructure development, which is one of the core areas. So I see a potential that the Hilton project that has gone to such level, I think we can find way in meeting those of the guys that are the decision makers to get them all on board from Sierra Leone, from if possible from Sleeper, and if possible from HQ. We can get all those people on board so that they can show us the way how we can let the people at the top buy in this project. I think that's what I believe in.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I kind of understand where you come from there. So the what I'm actually what we're looking for is basically a direct investment that we can facilitate. Because this is not the first one we have to take. I have multiple that we keep bringing together. Right now, I have over 50 different projects and minimum 10 million each. That's the minimum, up to 100 million. And going towards infrastructure, um, renewable energy, agricultural, they just malls. It's those. Now I'm looking for investors, direct investors that can work with. And first, because I have my direct investors in UK, in Germany, America. But I'm looking for reputable investors in Africa, and that's what I'm looking for. Everything speaks for itself. Anything I put on the table speaks for itself. The project will be there. Everything is bought, ready to go. Like this hotel that you just see now is already been built. That's a lot of money is spent on the place already. So return of investment is safe. It's actually very good. Not only that, then you got the second part of that as well, which is the development, uh, property development in the infrastructure of that area to develop the whole area itself. Which now the person went on bankrupt, but the bank has decided, saying, okay, you've loaned this amount of funds, give us X amount, then we'll cut it all off. That person immediately, they already own 100% of the whole thing. You understand? And currently, you've got UK people, UK residents, they bought property there already. They are currently living there. So that area is predominantly for international investment. And a lot of Europe, a lot of people from England, Germany, Dutch, all kind of stuff, they've already bought property. So, but there's still more land, more development to be completed, and but they need to pay the bank off. Then they own all that 100%. And from that, by the time you sell 1 or 2 different properties there, you already make money. So that is the second part of the project. So the question is, I'm asking, how will you be able to facilitate this deal where we can speak to direct investors, where we can say, okay, this is what we have on the table. How do you see it? Because for me, it's about action. Um, it's wonderful we having this conversation. I'm so grateful to everybody that's here today. I thank you all very much. But everything to me is about speed and professionalism. Because if I cannot provide something for some of my clients, I'll rather let them know in time so they can find out the source. You understand what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah. So the speed of the matter is they are there at the moment, and if they don't finish what they need to do, because there's a plan line, and there's a time for everything. So we need to either speed this up, where we say, okay, this is what you can bring on the table. This is the people I think I need to speak to. Bear in mind that you've seen all the project. Once we have is a thing that can bring everybody on board, including developers and everybody on board. we have so many people on that board, which are you've got the directors of funds, you've got the directors of buildings, you've got directors of every directors you can think of on the board. So they can all come down, but they will rather speak to the end product. This is why I really want us to work.
I think I get
Does everybody
you
understand?
now. Yes,
Everybody
I
understand
get
what
you
I'm trying to
clearly.
say?
So, yes.
Obviously, everybody will be facilitated. It doesn't matter what. It's not. That's not the big issue. But the thing is, we need the speed to get to the people and we need to get it done ASAP.
So now that I understand, are you getting me clearly?
Sure. Yeah.
So now that I understand the points you're coming from, I mean, talking about direct investors, I think I was able to meet with few of them, but I've got like, when I was doing this consultancy, I mean, I've got some that I meet with in person, some that I meet with through email exchange and so on and so forth, and some that participated in investors perception survey. So it is possible that I can share with you that report and also some of the pipeline investors who've expressed interest in investing in Sierra, especially on infrastructure and that of hotel development and touristic area. I think that will start, we can use that as a starting point.
That sounds good.
Yes, yes.
That
I've
sounds
got all
good.
those after this
I
call.
mean,
I'll just need
what I was hoping for, maybe you would need to have a consultation with them or to talk to them, I said, about this project. And let them feel the project itself and say, okay, I think we're interested. Because there's no point saying we sit down here and saying, okay, we've got this, we've got that. Give it to the table. Be on the table for it. Listen, I've got this. What do you think about it? Do you think it's something that you can work with? If they said yes, then we're good to go. We just start the meeting and we find a very nice time where it's convenient for everybody. I'll put the developers on the table. This is the main director. We'll be on the table. We'll have a discussion. So the both developer and the funder can talk.
Yes.
We are just playing middle people. Obviously, they know me very well, and they do business with me all the time. But that's why I need to make sure everybody I bring on the table are credible. Because if they're not credible, that will tarnish my image.
I get you.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I get you.
And I'm not spring chicken in this. I'm not boasting. It's my age. Sorry. If you go through that process, you will learn a lot as you grow up.
Yeah.
So, hence the reason I'm going this way. So, you guys bear with me, but I'm pressed for time.
Okay, can I step in? So, from what I understand, there's Mr. Mambu. You feel like you have enough scope of this project where you can now go and talk to investors that you know are interested in infrastructure projects as well as hotel development projects. You're going to report to them or give them the scope of this project. Once they show some sort of an interest, you're going to then bring them on the table. So these are the investors, decision makers, and then Mr. Rubin, is it Mr. Rubin? Jay will then also get his developers on board so that the next time we discuss, it will be a productive call where everyone on board is very clear of what is on the table and hoping that that would move things to the next step, which is obviously talking about tangible funding. Is that, from what I've heard, is that where we're at now?
Yes, exactly like you mentioned.
Yeah, because the objective of this course is to ensure that you were equipped and empowered with as much information as you need. So if you had any other questions that, I know you've had an opportunity to look at those two decks, those two presentations, but if there are any other questions that you would need to facilitate that conversation with the investors, then I encourage us to have that now. If you feel you have all you need, then I think the next steps is for you to go back and connect us to those investors and we can then establish the next time we can actually have a call where we can productively talk about the next steps for potential funding the project for completion.
Yeah, I get you, Miata. So I think the next step is, first of all, for me to share that information, because information is power. First of all, having a look at the investors perception survey, and also the potential pipeline investors that have expressed interest in Sierra Leone on sectors that has to do with infrastructure and tourism development. I mean, we filter them so that we know what we want. I mean, all of it will be sent, but at least we can know which one is interested in which one, and so on and so forth. So I think after this call, are you getting me clearly?
Yes,
I think after this call is for me to get all of your emails and share, first of all, the investors' perception survey. It was done in June, July, and we finalized it so that you look at what it speaks. This is what the existing investors that are investing in Sierra Leone think, and also what pipeline investors think about Sierra Leone. So that should serve like a baseline information for us to know who comes on board and so on and so forth. And most of these guys that I'm going to present to you, and these are some of the guys being vetted by the existing investment promotion agencies in Sierra Leone. I mean, they've gone through a lot of, processes for them to be like credible investors. It's just for them to express the positive interest on the project, and then we can start the next step of it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you very
So
much.
what timeline are we looking at?
I'm sending just after this call. If you can send me your email via chat, I will send you the information, and I will start to process all those ones that are interested in investing in Sierra Leone on areas that has to do with infrastructure. So from there, we can.
I think Madonna. Yes, sir. Madonna will be able to send you that. Wojciech, I'm sure you can facilitate that with your end.
Okay.
Yes, I'll send my email, and then he can send, and I'll forward it to everyone. Or everyone can just put their, contacts.
Oh, it's okay. I think Wojciech will sort that one out for us. Is that okay, Wojciech? Just drop the email on the chat.
Yeah.
Then everybody's got everybody's email. Okay.
Yep, we'll do it.
All right. So from that full process, once you've done that, what is the next process?
First of all, I want you to have a look at what the like I mentioned earlier, what the investors' perception survey is, and also the database of existing investors and that of potential pipeline investors that have expressed interest in Sierra Leone. So after those things, we've looked at them, we know that these are the people who express interest in Sierra Leone. I think we can filter those that have expressed interest on infrastructure-related areas. And that's where, I don't know, probably we've got another different opinion about it. I mean, we are open to
I think that's an excellent idea, Mr. Mamba. I wonder whether we can work simultaneously. So as you send us the data that supports our project, it's basically verify that this project is attainable and of interest to potential investors. We trust your insights. You can also, in the same breath, now that you have enough information about this project, you can also think about, you mentioned investors that you're already in direct contact with. I would encourage you that in the same breath, you can contact them and, as you mentioned, facilitate the conversation of seeing, this is the project that's on the table. Is it of something of interest for them, just so that we can be, working simultaneously where we're absorbing the data, but then also you're continuing to facilitate the conversation with potential investors. And I think then once you've spoken to them, you might be able to give us a better timeline of when we can have feedback on a potential follow-up where Mr. J also brings the relevant people to have a discussion about potential funding. How does that sound?
Okay. The first part is okay. Second part might the only time I'll bring the developers in is to have whoever the appointee is. Right.
You're cutting out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay. Could you say that again?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear.
Yeah,
I can hear.
better.
You can hear me. Okay. So my developers will be on the table once we've identified who is going to be the investors. Because my plan is for them to speak
So that's
together.
what I was saying. You might not have understood that. That's what I was trying to actually
No, because
say. That.
yeah, because you keep breaking up. So I didn't hear some of the part. I got the first part of it, but the second part was breaking up. So that's why I need to clarify that so we understand where we stand. Is that okay?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. So once everybody's ready, we'll wait for Mr. Rafi. How do you pronounce it? Rafi. Is that how you pronounce the name? Rafiu Mambo. Oh, sorry, I'm losing you now right now.
You're muted, Mr. Mambu.
Yes, my name is Rafiu.
Rafiu Mambo.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so once I hear from you, then we can move forward. Do you think by next week we should be able to have some clarification and as to who the appointees will be, or who you think it will be of interest?
So basically, I'll start the process as soon as this call finish. First of all, by sending information to you, and we'll filter and start reaching out to them and so on and so forth. So hopefully by next week you should be able to have some feedback from them, those who express interest, those who want further information, and so on and so forth. So we kick the ball rolling now.
Okay. Also, it's very important that you kind of have the confidentiality with these people. In terms of obviously the information is quite sensitive, right? Well, not so sensitive, obviously, but I think we've taken some chunks out from it. Excuse me. It's better to have some confidentiality with these people, so at least you know who you send things to, so you can record this kind of stuff.
It's not of sense.
Okay?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, guys. Is there anybody wants to interject before we all cut?
No.
Hello?
No, I think I don't have anything.
Watch it. Have you got something to say?
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and Miata for coming on this meeting. And let's follow up next week. Thank you so much, Mr. Mambo, for your time. Where are you right now? Please let us know.
Freetown.
Oh, fantastic. Howdy, buddy.
Howdy, buddy. How you doing? Howdy, buddy. Howdy, all.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, gentlemen. Bye.
Yeah,
Madonna, thank you very much.
Thanks, Madonna.
Wonderful.
And thanks, Miata. Thanks, Mr. Mambu.
Mata, thank you very much
Thanks,
as
Jay.
well. And thank you, guys.
Thanks.
We'll speak soon.